Now from London is Dr. Melanie Garson, a specialist on international conflict resolution and security at University College London. Dr. Garson, thanks for your time. This visit to the US is a game changer for this conflict. But what is at stake for both Zelensky and Joe Biden?
Thank you and good afternoon. It's a huge trip in the sense that both Zelensky needs to shore up the confirmation of the packages with a change about to happen in Congress, particularly with the Republicans about to take control of the House of Representatives, and with talk of packaging in aid not being quite the same. The going and stating his case and having the US support formally behind him is of crucial significance at this point, as well as for President Biden to again galvanize the support between him, galvanize that bipartisan support for Ukraine at this time. It's also go ahead.
No, I mean, and what do we expect specifically from Zelensky's speech to Congress later today?
I think we'll expect a speech that highlights that this is a greater conflict than just merely Russia-Ukraine, to really highlight that this is a greater attack on democracy, on the Western alliance. I think we'll see something very reminiscent. I think it's by no coincidence that it echoes when Churchill came on the 22nd of December, just after the harbor bombings, to the US at that point to strategize together. I think the date is significant. And really that Christmas visit was a turn in thinking about how support was galvanized.
And in terms of the Russians, how do we expect Russia to respond? Won't they see this as upping the stakes, if you like?
Absolutely. And we've already seen a rhetoric to that point with the Kremlin spokesperson, Dmitry Peskov, saying that there could be unprecedented consequences. There's a lot of talk that it's now recasting Russia as potentially a victim in the situation. The US will balance very carefully, particularly how the Patriot missiles are sent to Ukraine, where the training is done. It's already clear that that won't happen in Ukraine directly. There will be no US presence in Ukraine directly, but there is still the talk that it represents a form of escalation.
Dr. Garson, you probably don't realise, but at the moment we're getting a live feed there of Vladimir Putin addressing reporters after a critical meeting with senior military officials at the Russian Defence Ministry. There's been a lot of speculation on the part of the Ukrainians that they could be facing a massive invasion, somewhat similar to what we saw at the beginning of this year, with Russia again attempting to take over large parts of the country. Do you think this is likely to happen?
It is possible, and there's a question of whether Russia is using up a huge amount of capability and power at this point before taking a period to regroup a little. This is why the Patriot missiles and the defense coming at this time served whilst the Ukraine may be able to possibly hold lines at the moment. Support like that will be critical, and not just from the US, but also galvanizing the transatlantic alliance support will be crucial to tip that forward, to not just hold to the lines, but to be able to really perhaps tip that balance that perhaps an end could be in sight.
Dr. Garson there from UCL, thank you very much again for your time.